Guys, I'll do a quick architecture video for you here in Brisbane to illustrate some height differences. So right in front of us is the Erme building, and it is just 2 stories high. It's got a very wide apron, or I forget what you call that, awning, and that's it. Just 2 stories, and the apron is connected by these kind of wires that hold it up. So that's like a classic style. You see it reflected over here in the Cartier building. Move back a little bit. This building is 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 5 stories, a little bit higher, but similar. It's got that rounded awning with the metal poles holding it up as support. Then if we go over here, there are it's a hotel embassy. You can see similar. You've got those metal kind of poles holding up this big awning. We're gonna walk over to give you guys a better look. And so all these buildings are no greater than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stories high. Then if you look right behind it, there are these massive buildings. So if this used to be a small country town, most buildings would have probably looked that height, or like this height at the Erme store, just two stories high. And height restrictions would have limited the height at which people were allowed to build the buildings. But then modernization happened, and at some point the small town must have become a larger city with population growth, and with that growth there was the demand, most likely, for greater commercialization. With the demand for greater commercialization, there would have been a push for creating larger buildings, higher buildings within the city center. And so when the city okayed that, at some point they must have said, okay, you guys can build taller buildings. The whole landscape of this city visually changed as more and more taller and taller buildings came into town and probably replaced much shorter buildings. So that's kind of like the evolution of a city. They start out sometimes as small towns, then there's population changes creates more population density, and that creates greater demand for housing, for commercial establishments, and just demand for more space. And there's only so much land, so what happens is buildings go up as the governments allow the height restrictions to increase, and thus you have a modern city with taller buildings.